Hello, it's showtime. Thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Cindy, and thank you for clicking on this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate if you would hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. And if you don't want to right yet, I guess you can wait until you see what I'm going to say and see if you like it yet. But I think it'll be okay. Yeah. So I was thinking, what can I share with my Vipkid friends that might be helpful? And I'm just trying to think of some different little tips that I have learned along the way, and maybe things that, yeah, I don't know. I have a little. This is what happens when you go live. You realize, oh, did I get everything done before the live or not? Okay, so there is something that I remember looking on Facebook groups, and when I first started, people talked about. I would ask teacher to teacher feedback, and put in some questions. And this was a very controversial issue. And I can remember one discussion, I was just innocently asking a question. And hello, Kathy Kelly, and Luann, thank you for coming. And, I asked a simple question. It was an innocent question. And then through the comments, it was comment after comment after comment with opinions and even some negativity. So I was like, whoa, I didn't mean to be controversial. But on this YouTube video right now, I could just talk about it and just share what I think about the teacher to teacher feedback. And what I'm doing right now for technology is I'm using StreamYard, which is really cool. If you ever want to go live on YouTube, it's a really awesome thing. And you can create your own little banner, and you can bring people on. Like I have a cornucopia video that Luann and I made, and you can bring people on. Like if you want to do interviews, you can have up to 6 people, I believe, for the conversations. And also you can, there's a few different things you can do, and it's free. If you pay to upgrade it, then you get more features. So everything I'm doing right now is free on StreamYard. One thing you can't do is if you like to make videos, you cannot record with the free version. So I figured that out. So I guess you could record it like privately if you wanted to on YouTube, and then you could just, make a private video. I haven't really tried that, but that's a thought. Yeah, it's very easy. And I love it because I can see the comments in the side. I think it's a little easier than the Zoom method. You can also what I have here is my iPad connected to my computer like this. So with this little technology, all I'm doing is connecting it with a USB-C because I have a good MacBook Pro 2020. So, but with the other one, I used with USB. So you can hook that up to your computer, and then you can have your iPad to the side. And I do have videos on my channel that will share that information. If you have any questions about it, you can let me know in the comments. You can also switch video source so that you have a Blackboard. So if you're teaching online or you're teaching a concept or something, it's a really easy and fun way to do it. So I do have videos on my channel that talk about using the iPad for teaching, using the iPad for rewards, and different things like that. So I like the Stars to Apples app. I have a few videos that show you some of the really awesome rewards for Stars to Apples. And I also have some videos about how to use it for Google Slides using the Cam Twist app and everything. So it's really cool. So I love it. And if you're interested in any of this technology, please let me know. And you can also go to my YouTube channel, and I have a playlist for iPad users. And if you're interested, you can also find me on the Facebook group for iPad users. And on that Facebook group, we have people that use the iPad for teaching, and they also use it for just as a backup. And since I had mine sitting on the side as a backup, I decided, hey, I'm going to try using it for something else. And on the Stars to Apples Facebook group, they also kind of tagged my videos because I have a lot of videos using the Stars to Apples rewards. I love them. And you have to get the app, which you can get it on your phone, and you can also get it on, here it is. You can also get it on your, okay, I have to go back, on your iPad, and you can find lots of, it does cost $9.99 for the app. And you are actually helping a VIP Kid teacher because they're the ones that came up with the reward. And making your own rewards with that is so easy. So if you want to use that for traveling and stuff, it's a great thing. So thank you for coming to this channel. And now I'm going to be talking about the teacher to teacher feedback. So I just wanted to mention that the teacher to teacher feedback is not about just retyping the lesson. All right. I have seen some people, oh, there goes my ad. I was going to try to, I thought I figured out how to not let that happen. If you buy the paid version, you don't get the ads, but I'm too cheap. So I just wanted to say that it is not a recap of your lesson. Okay. So sometimes people I've seen that they want to like copy paste, and it might be the new people, maybe new people that are coming in and they just want to hurry up and get it done. So they recap the lesson and they put it in the parent feedback, and then they copy paste it into the teacher to teacher. And that's really not a good use of that spot, in my opinion. Okay, so this video is all about my opinion, like just what I've learned from teaching for the company, things that I've learned by being in groups, talking to other teachers, talking about this topic. This is not like official news. This is just from my opinion. And so other people may have another opinion, and you can go ahead and post it below. I'm welcome to other opinions. But I would say that the teacher to teacher box is not for a recap of the lesson. So just be careful of that. Don't just, try to, the teachers know what the lesson was about, so you don't need to waste your time or waste the effort on doing that. Now, I've also heard that teachers really don't bother even reading that section. So don't put a lot of effort into it, because a lot of teachers aren't going to read that section. But I like to use that section as I personally like to put something in there that is helpful. And the first thing I like to do is I like to say something about the student. Okay. And I am not going to say anything negative. Okay. So if I think the student is like very distracted, or if I think that, I had a hard time keeping that kid's attention, I think that is something that I want to mention, but I'm going to mention it in a positive way. I'm not going to say anything bad about the student. I'm not going to try to be negative about the student. I'm just going to share something that is going to be helpful for the next teacher. I have had students like they look down or they look away or they're not looking at the screen. So what I'll type in that box is that I will say the student was distracted. Make sure you have extra props. And that will help me, but it will also help the new student. Kathy Kelly says, I always read it because sometimes it's helpful. I always do put something in, just a few short phrases. Yeah. And so I like to say, student was distracted, or say the student jumped around the entire class, or say the student, scream the whole lesson, something like that. But anything that you're going to say, just keep in mind that the parent, we don't really know if the parent could read this or not. I've seen people say the parent can read it. I've seen people say the parent cannot read it. So just keep in mind to make it positive, make it helpful. You're going to help the next teacher. Now you might think, well, this is my regular, I teach this kid every time. This kid never has any other teacher, so it doesn't matter what I put in that box. But what if something happens and you have to cancel? What if your computer goes out? What if, you just never know. So I think it's good to put something in that, assuming that maybe they will have another teacher the next time. It's not a done deal that you're going to be the next teacher. So put something in there that's helpful to the next student, to the next teacher, and not a negative thing. So if you have to say something negative, make sure that you say it in a positive way, that's helpful to the student. And then I wanted to say that I also want to make these comments helpful to the teacher, and I also want to make these comments helpful to myself. So a lot of times I will put into this box what I use for a reward, like Google Slides, find a star, Elsa reward. Or I might say stars 2 apples, Elsa hairbow reward, things like that, so that I can be helpful to myself, like I don't use the same reward that I used the last time. So I kind of put a little bit about the student, and I put a little bit about the reward that I used, and that's kind of for my benefit. It's not really for the teacher's benefits. But, the thing is, we do use Google Slides a lot. So, it's good if we share with each other what we're using for rewards. Maybe we don't double up. Or maybe you could say loves Elsa, and that would help give yourself a note, and that will help give the next teacher a note that this kid loves Elsa. And then they could plan that way. And I do want to say that recently I had a friend that posted that the teacher-to-teacher feedback was negative, 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 negative. And then she just did a great job with her lesson. And the parent came back and said that she loved that teacher. Now, I have had students that, that I'm kind of like, I don't know if I can reach them. Like, I hope that that's not the case, but, I don't know. I think sometimes there's a student that you get tired of trying, and maybe there's somebody else that could do a better job with the student. And so I don't think I should put anything negative in the comments, but I shouldn't be offended if another teacher just reaches that student, because our goal as a teacher should be for the students, not for ourselves. We're reaching the students. We want the best for our students. So if we say, like I said, write something about the student but never negative, but if I say student was distracted, student looked down, student might have been playing a video game during the class, which sometimes happens, or the student was, falling asleep. I've had that happen. And, I tried everything. Like, I don't think it was really my fault. Some kids are just really tired. But if the next teacher just gets a hold of that student and reads your notes and says, okay, I'm going to give this everything I've got, and I'm going to reach the student, and they do reach the student, and we shouldn't be offended. I think that the teacher-to-teacher feedback sometimes we as teachers can feel a little bit competitive, like we want to, keep our students, we don't want other people to do better than us, and that kind of thing. And if that's not the case for you watching this video, thumbs up for you. But I have seen this in some of the groups. I am not involved in that kind of an attitude, but I have seen it played out a few different times in different places. So I think that we just need to have the right mindset that we are here for our students, and we are a team as teachers, and we want to help each other, and we want to encourage each other. And, the teacher to teacher should be these two things: something about the student, and maybe a little note to ourselves for the next time. Now, I personally do not do Feedback Panda. I bought it I used it for like a year, and there were a lot of features on it that I did not use because I just really try to do the feedback quickly. And now that we are, they're changing things for VIP Kid, and it just seems a little less personal. So I feel like I can type a good feedback that's quick and effective, and I don't need the Feedback Panda, and I don't feel like I need to save every single note from every single kid that I've ever taught. That's just my opinion, and that's how I did not win any prizes for having the most wonderful teacher to teacher feedback or anything. So I'm not saying I'm a professional on this. This is just my opinion. I've been with the company for 2.5 years, and these are the things that I have done. Now, most of us have other lives that we need to live, and, I don't know if putting more effort into the teacher to teacher is really going to make or break your VIP Kid career. But this is just a little bit of my notes on what I feel about it. So I just wanted to go to my insights because I'm getting up there on students. I have taught 990 students. So I have 10 more to get to 1,000. So I don't know if that's good or bad. Some people have a lot less students and they have a lot more regulars. And I have a lot of students. I've taught with VIP Kid for 938 days. And I've almost gotten up to, I'm at 3,859 classes. So these are my statistics as of today. So I have seen a lot of people, and I know friends from Facebook and everything, that have fewer students, and they know the parents, and they have a relationship, and they really work on that. I don't know. I guess I'm not that kind of person. Like, I love my students, but I haven't really gotten to know a lot of my parents. I have one level 7 that I've had ever since the beginning, and I do have this person on WeChat, but I don't know the students and families like my family, like some people have expressed. I would love for that to happen, but it hasn't happened for me. So for me, I guess I'm more professional, and I just do the classes that come to me, and I do my best, and I try to post in my, comments the best I can. I try to be accurate and friendly. And so Kathy says, I do think a negative spirit of competition between teachers does exist. I've seen people say they would never do anything to help another teacher. Wow, that's terrible. So, and Luann says 522 students and 2,653 classes. Yay, Luann. And each person has their own journey, and I think that personally, if you connect with me and the people that I associate with, you will be blessed because I do not have negative friends. I'm on the collaboration station with Casey Oswald, and I also have in my about section some other teachers that I follow on YouTube, and I'm in other Facebook groups, and my iPad group has been pretty drama free. And if I'm in a group that has some negativity and people that talk negative, I try to respond positively, and I just don't get involved in that kind of banter. So if you see the negativity, just find another tribe. If you want any help with that, I can help give you some people to follow on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I think my friend Kelly is going live. She usually goes live on Tuesdays, and she shares about VIP Kid news, Go Kid, and now she's talking about Outschool. And so below this video, I will have some links to the companies that I am employed with. Is it employed or work for? Or I have links to that you can follow to be hired by them. I don't know what to say. I would like to coach anyone who wants to get hired in the online community. I work for VIP Kid. I work for GoGo Kid. Hello. So I made it back. Oh, weird. It let me continue. It let me continue. Okay, so I'm going to continue this video and see how it works out. This is all an experiment. My cat stopped, hit the cord, I guess. The cat went behind the TV, so I'll have to check on that so that doesn't happen again. So thank you guys for watching, and I will be posting below the links for all of the companies that I'm working for. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post below. I'll see you around. Thank you for coming. See you next time.